Welcome to our physiology presentation on skeletal disorders by Amber, Hamda, Rachel, and Taz. Now the disorders we will be talking about is gouty arthritis and osteoarthritis. If you look over here, our friend Mr. Skeletor has a problem. He suffers from serious joint pain. And this he suffers from something called gout and osteoarthritis. Now, you may be wondering, what is this condition called gout? And why does it have such a weird name? Well, I can tell you that gout is a form of arthritis that occurs in the joints caused by a buildup of uric acid, which then forms painful needle-like crystals in the joints or tissues of the body. This then leads into something like inflammation, redness, and stiffness in the joints. So basically, it's a horrible throbbing pain that feels like a cactus continuously poking you in the same spot. Ouch. Now, let's move on from this pain and learn a little more about how joints normally work and what happens to them when you get gout. So, our body has hundreds of bones, and each bone forms a joint with another bone in order to create movement and structure. There are three types of joints which we have previously learned about in class, and these joints are, first, the no movement joints, the slight movement joints, and the free movement joints. Gout can occur in these joints, but is most commonly found in the big toe, ankles, wrists, fingers, and heel. Okay, now about this gout thing. I'm going to break it down into smaller pieces. We're going to start off with how it normally works. Let's start off at the liver. Your liver is in charge of processing various substances like uric acid. And as I mentioned before, gout is a result of excess uric acid. So DNA and RNA, our genetic material in our bodies, is continuously being broken down and remade. But when it is broken down, it makes purines, which are further broken down into something called xanthine, okay? And then when xanthine is broken down, it is made into uric acid. The uric acid is formed. It is normally filtered out by the kidneys through something called waste elimination. So this means you're basically peeing out the uric acid, hence urine. This helps keep a healthy level of uric acid in the blood. However, our genetic material is not the only thing that creates purines in our bodies. Our diet and body weight can contribute to higher uric acid levels. A diet high in seafood, red meat, organ meats, fructose, and alcohol are all foods that have high amount of purines. But, like I said before, not just diet increases uric levels, but so does body weight. As someone becomes overweight or obese, uric acid levels begin to rise. So, where does it all go wrong? Well, it goes wrong in two particular places. One, gout can occur when too much uric acid is being produced in the blood from an excess of purines that can come from the diet or alcohol. Or two, when the kidneys are not properly eliminating uric acid. So, what happens to all this uric acid? Well, the uric acid builds up in the blood and forms needle-like crystals inside the joints, such as the big toe, fingers, wrists, and ankles. The crystals in the joints trigger an inflammatory response where white blood cells begin to attack it, causing that horrible pain and swelling I mentioned earlier. This type of pain is called a gout attack. So there are many different characteristics, and if you look at this next picture, you'll see the characteristics of gout that create lumpy, white deposits underneath the skin and around the joint, which is called tophus. And when it gets to this point, your bones become disfigured. Okay, so now that you know about the physiology and the pathophysiology about gout, we're going to learn about the clinical treatments. First of all, you should know that gout has three stages. The first stage is acute gouty arthritis. This is the beginning point where the uric acid is high and crystal deposits are formed around the joint. Then there's the intercritical arthritis. This is a stage of gout with painful gout attacks. And then there's chronic tophaceous gout. This is a stage that is the most disabling stage. Now, there are risks that increase the chance of developing gout, such as certain medications, genetics, sex, and chronic diseases. So, what do we do to treat this? Well, there are multiple medications that can be described, such as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil, Aleve, Indocin, or Celebrex. Then there's the steroid drugs such as corticosteroids, which can be in the form of a pill or injected. These help decrease pain. Other clinical medications include alloprem, luoprint, xyloprim, which may be prescribed to inhibit purine. However, all these clinical drugs may help improve treat gout. But there's also nutrition.
Ways in which people can lower their chances of developing or keeping gout under control once they've been diagnosed would be to practice a healthy lifestyle. Incorporating physical activity in your day-to-day life can assist in lowering your chances of developing gout and assist in weight loss. This is important because a higher body weight increases the production of uric acid, which is related to gout. As for the nutritional standpoint, it is recommended that individuals with gout follow a heart-healthy diet, meaning incorporating foods from all 4 food groups listed in the Canada's Food Guide to one's diet, but paying close attention to vegetables, whole grains, plant proteins such as nuts and low-fat dairy in particular. People with gout are also recommended to limit the amounts of carbohydrates and processed foods in their diet. Foods that are high in purines are also recommended to limit from their diet, as these foods are known to trigger gout attacks. Some of these foods include red meat and organ meat, shellfish such as shrimp and lobster, as well as sugary beverages. Alcohol should also be drank in moderation. Therefore, people suffering from gout shouldn't exceed 1 alcoholic beverage for women and 2 alcoholic beverages for men within a 24-hour time period, as this can also trigger gout attacks. Instead, individuals should look to increase their water intake. When it comes to the nutritional supplementation, studies shows that cherries are linked to lowering unhealthy uric acid levels. In addition to that, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, nutritional supplements for gout is to include foods high in antioxidants such as berries and bright vegetables. In terms of vitamins, taking daily multivitamins of omega-3 fatty acid phyllus are beneficial nutritional supplements that help to build up the immune system and help decrease inflammation for gout attacks. Another nutritional supplement that can be taken to prevent or treat gout is vitamin C supplements. Taking 500 to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily in conjunction with other beneficial vitamins for gout can help to keep gout under control. Colchicine is another medication that is derived from a plant. It has been used to treat gout for over 2,000 years and helps to reduce the pain and swelling of gout. Lastly, there's flavonoid supplements. These are the most powerful antioxidants protection you can find. It includes things like citrus lemon, bioflavonoids, elderberry, grape seeds, and green tea. All of these combined help to deliver antioxidant protection to the liver. 1 serving alone is equivalent to 10 servings of cherries.
Okay, that's enough of gout. Let's move on to osteoarthritis.
What is osteoarthritis? Osteoarthritis is the most common form of arthritis that's affecting people every day. It can affect any joints in your body. However, it frequently arises in your fingers, knees, hips, lower back, and neck. Pain occurs when the elastic substance called cartilage on the ends of the bones wear down over time, making it more difficult and painful to move your joints. Also, osteoarthritis affects more men before the age of 45, and it affects women more after the age of 45. So let's take a little time to explore in greater details what cartilage exactly means. Cartilage is a hard, rubbery substance that covers the ends of your bones, and joints. This happens because of the cartilage's ability to change shape when flattened or pressed together. It allows bones to grind over another and absorbs energy from physical movement. In osteoarthritis, the cartilage breaks down and allows the bones underneath to rub together. This allows pain, swelling, loss of joint movement. Osteophytes are also known as bone spores that grows on the ends of the bones that form over a long time. This is only painful when a pain spore begins to hit or rub a nerve. As a piece of our bones or cartilage breaks off and floats around in between the joint spaces, it will cause more pain and damage such as numbness, tenderness, and weakness. Some people with osteoarthritis has no symptoms, while others have significant pain and stuffiness. Here are some of the symptoms that build over time. Limited range of motion, stuffiness that goes away after movement, cracking sounds when joints bends, mild swelling around a joint, pain that is worse after activity or towards the end of the day.
You are probably wondering how osteoarthritis can affect people. Osteoarthritis can affect people in different ways. For most people, joint damage develops gradually over the years. It can interfere a little with someone's day-to-day activities, or it can cause a lot of pain and disability. Osteoarthritis can also affect depression, limitations on daily activities, anxiety, job limitations, and feelings of helplessness. Now we are going to give you a breakdown of the clinical therapies and nutritional modifications. Even though there is no cure for osteoarthritis, there are some treatments available to help manage symptoms. Some of these treatments include Tylenol, Advil and Motrin IB, cortisone shots, lubrication injections, realigning of bones, and joint replacement. The nutritional modifications are suggestions to help reduce pain and inflammatory. These suggestions are eating a diet rich in foods that contain fiber, such as grains, fruits, and vegetables, which will help boost immune system and help maintain a healthy cartilage. Drink plenty of water, at least 6 to 8 cups a day, and getting regular exercise. Some nutritional supplementation that can benefit people with osteoarthritis are vitamin D. People who are overweight are more likely to have low levels of vitamin D. Vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, zinc, and copper. These antioxidants help reduce pain symptoms. Fish oils, which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which have been shown to reduce inflammation.
This concludes our presentation. We hope you enjoyed and have a great day.